This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Reforms proposed for LLG elections. First Viksit Bharat Run held in Port Moresby. And Pom Jan acknowledges NGO contributions.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Wyra. Thank you for your company. Following repeated deferrals of the local level government elections, Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs Minister Sore Ewe says his ministry is working on reforms that govern the conduction of LLG elections.
During a press conference recently, the minister says local level government is another important arm of the government and its election must be conducted properly without disruption or delays. Therefore, his ministry is working on the reform and to amend the laws that will allow the LLG elections to be conducted 30 months after the national general election.
30 months after that, in 2029, that will come into effect, so as to allow LLG election to be conducted properly and particularly resource them properly.
He says there should not be any interference or the deferrals of the LLG elections unless a natural disaster or a national unrest. He further highlights another reform to move the LLG election responsibility to the provinces to manage it.
One of the reforms that we are looking at is to give the election function, LLG election functions to the provinces. Let them manage it. National government's job is to fund them, equip them so they can run the LLG elections where they are. By doing this, we give prominence to LLG as a government, third-tier government. So if they're properly resourced, then elections can be carried out by provinces where they are, and so as to elect good leaders into the third-tier government.
Minister Ewe has appealed to the ministers of state to look at decentralization as majority of the population are in the rural areas. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Papua New Guinea Forest Authority received its trust instrument and a gazettal notice for the establishment of a Forestry Future Investment Trust account from the Department of Finance.
Whilst receiving the two documents from Department of Finance Trust Account Branch Assistant Secretary Nelson Wegwain, Papua New Guinea Forest Authority Managing Director John Mosoro said this trust account is the vehicle to park money for future investment. Mr. Mosoro said the trust account will be used to obtain state purchase option cargo for future generations' funds to be kept and to use profits to pay dividends or cess to the government. He said establishing a trust account for PNGFA was important, and he thanked Finance Secretary Mr. Penias and staff from the Department of Finance's Trust Accounts branch for assisting Forest Authority to make this a reality. He stressed that this account will allow funds to be put in good use as trustees are overseeing the operations of the trust account. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
City Mission PNG, through its new Life Skills Training Center at Mirigeda, hosted a donation event with China Railway Construction Engineering Group under the theme Empower Youth, Women and Children, Build Hope for PNG's Future.
The day celebrated unity, hope and transformation, highlighted by the donation of essential supplies to support City Mission trainees and house root families and provide on-the-job training opportunities for 40 City Mission graduates, creating pathways to employment. Corporate Affairs Manager for City Mission PNG, Anlin Natere, reflected on the mission's vision, giving thanks to God. She said City Mission PNG was founded in 1993 to spread the love of God and to meet the needs of disadvantaged youth. Since then, it has become a home, school, and refuge for more than 5,000 young men. Through their 1-year, 3-month program, they equip young men with practical skills, discipline, and spiritual grounding, preparing them to re-enter society as brighter, more refined individuals ready to contribute meaningfully to their families and communities. She acknowledged CRCEG's contribution and support. Speaking on behalf of CRCEG, General Manager of the South Pacific region, Sam Gia reaffirmed the company's commitment to Papua New Guinea. Mr. Gia said their presence in Papua New Guinea for nearly 17 years has been about more than building infrastructure. The PNG program, he explained, goes beyond construction. He said the event, held under the theme Empower Youth, Women and Children, Build Hope for PNG's Future, embodies their philosophy. This strengthens the bond of friendship and support between City Mission PNG and CRCEG. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
The Indian High Commission has commenced the Viksit Bharat Run for the first time in Port Moresby today. The run was organized by the Government of India's Ministry of Youth and Sports.
The Viksit Bharat Run took place in Port Moresby early this morning, beginning at 6 a.m. as part of a global initiative to promote youth development in support of India's long-term vision for progress. The annual event, which runs from September 17 to October 2nd, is held across 94 countries and 150 locations worldwide. This year marked the first time the Indian High Commission in Papua New Guinea organized the program locally, with plans to make it a yearly activity. High Commissioner of India to Papua New Guinea, Rajiv Kumar, underscored the importance of the run, noting that it is aimed at encouraging Indians, both at home and abroad, to prepare themselves to contribute towards achieving the goal of a developed India by 2047.
Hindi words, Viksit Bharat, that means, developed India. So the government of India, under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, we have placed that, by 2047, we would be a developed country, which means that, the GDP size of India would be around $30 trillion, and per capita income of India would be around between $18,000 to $20,000.
Dr. Paul Alexander, president of the India Association of PNG and one of the participants in the event, explained that the initiative also highlights the role of young people in shaping the nation's future.
So we run here to show the strength of Indian youth and the power of India rising.
Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
Following Prime Minister James Marape's meetings with the Japanese private companies at the recent Osaka World Exposition, His Excellency Ambassador Mochizuku Hishonabo said PNG needs direct investment from Japanese private companies.
His Excellency Mochizuki Hisanobu said this during a side interview at his residence when the embassy celebrated the Golden Jubilee of PNG Japan Corporation of Education on Friday. Mr. Hisanobu said in a new development, Japan wishes to support Papua New Guinea not only in development assistance but also to increase and strengthen trade and investment.
Investment by Japanese private companies may be a key of our future cooperation towards the further development of Papua New Guinea in the next 50 years.
Japan's development assistance started since 1974, long before Papua New Guinea gained its independence. Since then, Japan has had a series of development assistance to all provinces in the country, with focus on infrastructure development, climate change, environment, health and education, and today it is looking to directly invest in Papua New Guinea to further strengthen trade and investment. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News returns with more local stories after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebasa dia, ha? Yum.
This different.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you.
And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Telecom is giving its customers nationwide a chance to win 100,000 kina worth of cash prizes. Every week, Telecom will be giving away 500 kina to 10 lucky winners. And our major cash prize of 50,000 kina will be shared to 4 lucky winners from PNG's 4 regions. Plus runner-up consolation prizes for 1,000 participants for data bonus prize. Get your entries to go to the draw to win big. Telecom, great value and PNG owned, sure feels good.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Auntie, mo lime do danis. What's a sekim chor?
Mipla winning World Hip Hop Dance Championship. Now you winning one.
Auntie, come to Goxi.
You play or is that? Nothing no
you think you passed it.
Spots.
It's in me.
We are increasing our efforts to increase the connectivity across the country.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with the Asian Development Bank President, Masato Kanda.
Actually, we are now implementing the new enhanced environmental and social safeguards framework. So we will continue to protect the.
That's on Monday night.
You're watching National EMTV News. Goroka District Development Authority presented 3 new vehicles to the Goroka Town Authority and the Community Policing and Reserve Section to support their operations to drive change and enforce law and order in Goroka.
Goroka MP Aya Tambua handed over the keys to the Goroka Urban Local Level Government Manager, Harold Abori, and Eastern Highlands Provincial Commander-Chief Superintendent John Kale yesterday.
Okay,
Mr. Tambua said the presentations were made through the partnership by the Goroka Urban Local Level Government and police with the aim to transform Goroka town into a model town.
Social media and bagarapin perception from Mibla Islands, bagarapin perception from Mibla Paparini, Tasol owners and Kanu, you millet to take you people for Goroka.
Tambua appealed to the people to take ownership of Goroka town and for citizens to work together going forward.
Changing mindset of man of visitors to imikam yana kolo the show.
He also announced a total of 20,000 kina budgeted for police reservist monthly allowances under the DDA's annual budget through an MOA with the police. Goroka Urban Local Level Government Manager Harold Abori thanked the MP for the support, describing the partnership as an historical achievement after more than 30 years of his service in Goroka town. Eastern Highlands Provincial Police Commander Chief Superintendent John Kale thanked Goroka MP for his continuous support to boost law and order in the province. He said with the support comes with responsibility to uphold law and order, which is the responsibility of all citizens to be obedient and maintain order. PPC Kale assured full police support behind the Goroka Urban Local Level Government to effectively drive changes in Goroka. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Darisha Dutt, a representative from the Help for Carer and Cancer Patients PNG Incorporated, raised concerns for carers, people who look after patients undergoing cancer treatment.
That said, the caregivers provide daily support to treatment and recovery journey for the patients, but are often overlooked. Most caregivers are women, some of whom travel from remote areas and other provinces to Port Moresby to seek treatment.
Or gender equality, because most carers, as you can see, are women. So most of these carers are women. They have to leave job, their families, their homes, and come and be with the patient. And most of them struggles financially as well. And there is hardly much support for them. So that's where our NGO bridges that care gap.
That pointed out that caregivers face challenges in terms of accommodation, financial support, and other needs.
Carers really play a vital role, and it really affects them psychologically, emotionally as well. Yeah, and most of these carers, they lose their job as well in the process of caring, because they have to take time off to be with the patient, either at the hospital or at home.
NGOs have stepped in to provide financial assistance, food supplies, and other basic needs. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Dr. Connie Sobi, Director for Medical Services at the Port Moresby General Hospital, says he's grateful for the support they receive from stakeholders to support children living with cancer in Papua New Guinea.
Dr. Sobi said cancer treatment takes time and most resources and proper therapy treatment are delivered by NGOs and stakeholders, which he acknowledged them for this support.
This event that's been organized by Dr. Dower and all the stakeholders and people who support cancer in PNG, particularly for children. We have about 20 children with cancer, various types of cancer in the hospital undergoing treatment. Cancer treatment requires a prolonged period of time. It can be up to 6 months, even up to 1 year of treatment. Most of our patients require chemotherapy, cancer treatment, as well as surgery, and a few will require radiation therapy.
He added that most patients that are admitted at the wards are unfortunate to go abroad and seek treatment.
Through various forms of cancer treatment and support. They will need all the support they can. You see that the ones we have here in the hospital, they are mostly unfortunate in being unable to go overseas to seek treatment. Of course, there are Papua New Guineans who are heading abroad to seek treatment. And this is one of the key drivers for us to establish modern, comprehensive cancer treatment facility here at Pomgen.
Dr. Sobi referred to short cancer awareness programs as one of the key drivers to establish comprehensive facility at Port Moresby General Hospital to cater for those that cannot go abroad to seek treatment. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
In a landmark moment of cultural reconnection and national pride, Returning Home, an art exhibition and program took center stage at the Harborside South Building in Port Moresby recently. This program is in line with the celebration of Papua New Guinea's 50th independence anniversary.
Steamships, in collaboration with Pacific Palms Property, featured 5 Papua New Guinean artists showcasing their work in the country for the first time, paying tribute to heritage, resilience, identity and culture. The exhibition and week-long creative program, which took place on September the 10th to 22nd, offered workshops, talks and networking opportunities. The event featured the work of Grace Hasu Dablik, Riuriel Bridgman, Leslie Wengembo, Jeremiah Nundov and Sege Awong. Corporate Affairs General Manager at Steamships, Ruth Kisam, said Steamships values the connection to culture and supporting local communities, talent and creativity is a core part of its commitment to Papua New Guinea. Ms. Kisam said it was only fitting for Steamships to partner with these gifted Papua New Guinean artists to celebrate and elevate their work and share their creativity with wider community. One of the artists who participated, Grace Asu Dablik, said the exhibition has been a pivotal moment for herself and other artists. She said the overwhelming response has been deeply humbling, affirming the power of creativity, not only to connect and inspire, but actively contribute to nation building, shaping identity, strengthening pride, and envisioning the future we wish to create together using heart. Pakatambua National, EMTV News.
A special event titled Superheroes Retreat was held today at Nature Park to honor Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Daris Haddad, a representative from Health for Cares and Cancer Patients PNG, the main sponsor behind the event, explained the purpose behind the Superheroes Retreat program.
So this Superheroes Retreat is part of the Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. It's a special day for children living with cancer and also for the carers, for them to come out, relax outside the hospital setting and feel supported, relax, have fun a bit, because it's quite tiring for the carers even to stay in the hospital full time. Being a carer is not an easy task. So it gives them a breathing space, a break to come out and just relax and rejuvenate.
Dr. Benjamin Doe, a pediatrician from the Port Moresby General Hospital, said the event concludes a week-long program for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, normally observed on September.
So it's actually a week-long program that we conducted, and awarenesses and a workshop. Had a lunch with the kids yesterday and a visit to the nature park today.
The retreat gives opportunity to carers and the patient to have a time out with the nature. The event started off with a nature talk, followed by a tour with the guidance of a local tour guide, and concluded with lunch break. Pakatambua National, EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
For 50 years, the Bank of Papua New Guinea has stood at the heart of our nation's journey. safeguarding stability, growth, and progress. In 1975, Papua New Guinea became an independent nation. That same year, our own national currency was launched, a proud symbol of our identity. Today, as Kina and Toya also turned 50, we mark this milestone with a special commemorative coin and banknote, celebrating our golden jubilee. More than currency, they are symbols of our history, our identity, and the pride of our people. Celebrate 50 years of independence. Honor the past. Inspire the future. Own a piece of Papua New Guinea's history. Papua New Guinea at 50. Our past, our identity, our future.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Telecom is offering 2 phones at one price. This is a Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned sure feels good. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk today to grab that pair-perfect phone deal.
Join us weekly on MTV News A Closer Look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
appealing to all the residents.
Business,
CPL launched its VPN,
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems,
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. CPL has commenced with the annual Pharmacist Day, 1 hour walk at 6 a.m. this morning at Ella Beach in Port Moresby. The theme of the event is Pharmacist, the Heart of Healthcare.
A health awareness walk was held in Port Moresby this morning ahead of World Pharmacist Day, which is celebrated globally on September 25th. The event was sponsored by CPL Group with support from various partner organizations and health sector agencies. Participants gathered to recognize the vital role pharmacists play as frontline providers of medical care and advisors across the country. The walk also served as a tribute to pharmacists nationwide for their commitment to ensuring communities have access to safe and reliable medicines while also prioritizing the overall health and well-being of the people. One of the participants, pharmacist Catherine Makazo, emphasized the significance of the event, stating that it not only acknowledged the work of the pharmacists but also highlighted their ongoing contribution to healthcare delivery in Papua New Guinea.
Tribute to us, and we feel special because they remember us as a pharmacist, and we feel like important also having joining this kind of event.
She said it is a good thing to care for others in the society.
So like you can contribute to the society, to other people by giving them good advice when it comes to medicine and to their health. So like the logo or our team this morning, Pharmacist, the Heart of Healthcare.
Nicole Rema, National MTV News.
The University of Goroka has strengthened its ties with China through an expanded educational partnership, extending beyond education to include cultural exchange.
University of Goroka recently hosted a cultural exchange program on campus under the theme Celebrate History, Build Understanding, Inspire Future Together. The program featured traditional Chinese arts, a language introduction, moral value discussions, and a food testing session showcasing Chinese cooking. University Vice Chancellor Dr. Teng Wanenga highlights that the event offers students and lecturers first-hand exposure to Chinese culture, including insights into business practices, strict time management, work ethics, and moral values. Dr. Wanenga emphasized UOG's goal to bring educational programs to the community while fostering culture connections in Papua New Guinea's diverse society. Admin manager for the China Railway Construction Engineering Group confirmed the partnership's positive impact on both education and infrastructure development at UOG.
It's important that we should build the relationship of two countries. So that's the idea of this event coming from.
The event concluded with a visit to the opening China Railway construction project on campus. The state-of-the-art building is set to complete by end of this year and open next year. Lorraine Jimal, National EMTV News.
Moving to news from abroad, Israeli Prime Minister has criticized countries, including Australia, for recognizing Palestine as a free state. Benjamin Netanyahu used his UN General Assembly address to reiterate his vote to eliminate Palestine.
Several officials and diplomats staged a mass walkout before Mr. Netanyahu arrived at the podium.
Well, during his speech, the Prime Minister claimed Israel feels every Palestinian death deeply, despite the IDF continuing its assault in Gaza City. Mr. Netanyahu also promised to continue Israel's fight, even if it had to do it alone.
Leaders who recognize the Palestinian state this week sent to the Palestinians, it's a very clear message. Murdering Jews pays off. Well, I have a message for these leaders. When the most savage terrorists on earth are effusively praising your decision, you didn't do something right. You did something wrong, horribly wrong. The final elements, the final remnants of Hamas are holed up in Gaza City. They vow to repeat the atrocities of October 7th again and again and again, no matter how diminished their forces. That is why Israel must finish the job. That is why we want to do so as fast as possible.
U.S. President Donald Trump has suggested that more of his political foes could be pursued after the indictments leveled at former FBI Director James Comey.
President Trump has publicly pressed Justice Department officials to prosecute his political opponents. Yesterday, James Comey was indicted, accused of making false statements and obstructing congressional process over testimony he gave to a Senate committee in 2020, though he says he's innocent. The US president denies having a list of individuals he wants to see pursued, but has previously named Democratic officials and donors.
It's not a list, but I think there'll be others. I mean, they're corrupt. These were corrupt, radical left Democrats, because Comey essentially was he was worse than a Democrat. I would say the Democrats are better than Comey. But no, there'll be others. Look, that's my opinion.
Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is in London meeting with his British counterpart.
Anthony Albanese is here in the UK for 3 days where he is meeting with current and former political leaders, and he'll even sit down with royalty too. Anthony Albanese was welcomed here at 10 Downing Street by the UK Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer. Sir Keir Starmer has formed a closer relationship with Donald Trump, and Anthony Albanese will be hoping to emulate that to keep the US on side. As well as discussing the war in Ukraine and Gaza, the AUKUS submarine deal has been high on the agenda. We know that these two leaders are very much on board with this deal, but there are widespread concerns that a Pentagon review could force changes to the project. And this will be very much about presenting a united front to Donald Trump.
There is no indication that I've seen of anything other than support for AUKUS going forward is in the interests of all three nations. It's in the interests of Australia, in the interests of the United States, and in the interests of the United Kingdom.
Anthony Albanese, who is still riding high from his election win this year, may have even offered some advice to his British counterpart who's struggling in the polls after he lost his Deputy Prime Minister and is fighting off a very popular right-wing Reform Party. How to counter populism was a key focus of a progressive summit that Anthony Albanese spoke at in London too, where he joined leaders from the UK, Canada and Iceland to share ideas about how to succeed with a centre-left agenda.
Well, I don't want to see the rise of populist organisations such as that. I met with the mainstream opposition party here, and I'm involved in parties of governance have to come up with solutions, not seek to divide people.
Next, the Prime Minister heads to Scotland to meet with King Charles at Balmoral Castle.
Still in the United Kingdom, and a digital ID will be required to prove the right to work in the UK. It's all part of efforts to crack down on illegal migration. The British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, hopes to implement the rule by 2029, saying it would help the country's borders become more secure.
Central London this morning, and the Prime Minister setting out his big new idea, a plan with the potential at least to be a landmark policy of his premiership.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Much of the wider plan is rather less simple, as it's yet to be worked out. What the Prime Minister has worked out is plenty care deeply about illegal immigration, and Labour has been slow to acknowledge that.
For too many years, it's been too easy for people to come here, slip into the shadow economy and remain here illegally. Because, frankly, we've been squeamish about saying things that are clearly true.
Broader issues around the table at this conference of left-leaning leaders, the Prime Ministers of Iceland, Canada and Australia, alongside Keir Starmer.
This is a gathering of recent winners, but it doesn't feel like that. They all, in their own way, feel under the cosh. For Sir Keir Starmer, he is now trying to really sharpen his arguments against Reform UK.
So there's a battle for the soul of this country now as to what sort of country do we want to be. That's why I think, certainly why I want this to be out as an open fight now between Labour and Reform.
So what do Reform make of that?
I think he's right. I think the soul of this country is at stake. What we've got in the present government, and you see here, I mean, the soul of Keir Starmer is perfectly represented by this new suggestion to enforce digital identity cards on every citizen. Nigel Farage stands for another idea: personal liberty, families, communities, countries, secure borders.
The potted recent history of ID in the UK looks like this. Tony Blair was keen nearly 20 years ago.
I think they are an important, indeed essential way of tackling illegal migration and crime in the early 21st century.
But the Conservative and Liberal Democrat coalition was not keen. They never happened. The Lib Dems still don't like the idea, and neither do the Conservatives.
We are opposed to mandatory digital ID cards. The government has not talked about this until now. They say this is to stop the boats. It will do nothing to stop the boots.
I think it's a gimmick that's going to be very bureaucratic, cost taxpayers a lot of money, and not solve problems like the small boats.
The Prime Minister knows that, in time, will be key to how his plan is judged.
National EMTV News returns after the break with Truka Sports. Stay with us for the details.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Goodpilla mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Goodpilla data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
The Mosby General Hospital is the level 6 tertiary referral research and teaching hospital.
The pathology department is also involved.
At Mosby General Hospital will have its own oncology medical facility.
When the country reaches 50 years of political independence, we must be able to do kidney transplant.
So for the next 50 years, anything happens.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Truka Sports. With Papua New Guinea's boxing team back from the Oceania Championships held in Tahiti, the boxers have improved performances and renewed confidence for future events.
Papua New Guinea boxing team touched down in Port Moresby yesterday after competing at the Oceania Boxing Championships in Tahiti, with the athletes showing significant improvement on the regional stage. Among the returning fighters was experienced PNG boxer John Ume, who praised the team's hard work and progress during the championships.
Boxing is more of boxing is more of a technical sport. So watching from all these young boxers at my back, they've been improving very well with their techniques, not only just techniques, but with the increasing with their powers. And I love how Kendu's fight, Kendu Steven. He doesn't have a good technique, but he got that power in him, and that power helps him to, release the technique out. And so is Alan and all the other boxers here.
Ume also highlighted the growing presence of women in the sport, saying their results were among the standout achievements of the championships.
100%. At this sport, normally it's dominated by men. We know that, and now that females come in, we boxers based on females because they might get Olympic gold medal somehow, or maybe in Commonwealth Games. But I believe in my team, maybe in after 2-3 years time, they might get any color of medal in Commonwealth Games or Olympic Games.
Head coach Mark Keto was also impressed by the team's overall showing, noting the strides made in the skill and confidence.
Like the previous years, there's no female competition in the Oceania Championships. This one is the first ever females were included in this Oceania Championship. And with this inclusion of female, one of our female got gold medal, which she played against two of the powerful boxing nations in the Oceania, which is she played against an Australian, beat the Australian, went and then played against the New Zealand, and then beat the New Zealand. So we are looking good in terms of boxing in PNG.
With the team now back home, focus shifts to preparations for future competitions on the boxing calendar.
Some big competitions coming up ahead, maybe next year and following year. Like we have the Oceania Games coming up. Sorry, not the Oceania Games, Commonwealth Games next year. And also we have the 2027 Pacific Games in Tahiti as well. And the big one is the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games.
Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Papua New Guinea's top amateur golfers are preparing for the biggest stage of their careers. However, they are in need of much needed support.
Papua New Guinea Golf Association is laying support behind two of the country's brightest golf talents, Morgan Anato and Wali Ilake, as they prepare to compete at the prestigious 2025 Asia Pacific Amateur Championships in Dubai next month. To help fund their campaign, the association will host a two-man Ambrose competition at the Royal Port Moresby Golf Club on October 12. PNG Golf Association President Ian Hodge announced that both players received invitations to the championships, which will run from October 23rd to 26, a major milestone for PNG Golf, particularly after Anato's impressive performance at the recent PNG Open. Hodge said the association has now formalized the PNG PGA Professional Association, a step that will allow local amateurs to transition into the professional ranks and eventually compete at the global PGA Tour. Registration for the fundraiser is open to all club members and corporate teams with a fee of 1,000 kina per team. Proceeds will cover travel, accommodation, equipment and other essential expenses. Sponsors including Number One Savings and Loan Society and the National have already pledged support with more expected. An auction of rare memorabilia, including a signed 2025 State of Origin jersey by Xavier Coates, a 1975 Independence coin, and collectibles from Marcus Bay will also take place. The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship offers the winner a place in the 2026 Masters and the 154th Open Championship. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
The National South Basketball League tournament has reached day 3, with teams battling for a place in tomorrow's much-anticipated finals.
The National South Basketball League is heating up in Port Moresby's Taura Marketing Centre as the tournament heads into day 3, with teams giving all for a spot in the grand finals set for tomorrow. President of the PNG Basketball Referees Association, Charles Morola, stated that the tournament has attracted 25 teams, showcasing an exciting level of talent, teamwork and determination on the court.
Commenced on Thursday of this week, and Friday was yesterday. Today is the third day.
of the tournament, and we are doing our final games of the normal tournament competition. And after these final games of the normal tournament competition, we go into our playoffs, semi-final playoffs. And then we'll come to find out our first top 2 for the grand final tomorrow.
Mr. Morola stated that the tournament has intensified, with several teams emerging as strong contenders for the championship title.
It's becoming more competitive. We have a lot of Port Moresby-based players spread out into all those teams coming, except Yalu team from Ley and team Kikori. They are raw talents from the rural. But other teams that are participating here, 13 female teams, and I think it's 12 male teams.
Beyond the scores and results, Morola also used the occasion to remind players and supporters about the spirit of sportsmanship and the importance of unity through sports.
My message, special message to the team is sport is about relationship. Sport is about relationship, so let's play a good sportsmanship and continue to build relationship in sports.
The finals of the National South Basketball League is expected to draw large crowds tomorrow as fans await the crowning of this year's champions. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
We'll be back with more of Trukai Sports after the break. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab saja, ya?
This different.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Telecom is offering 2 phones at 1 price. This is the Telecom 121 and Telecom A551, bundled at the price of 199 kina. T121 phone features include 4G compatibility and camera, while the A551 phone features dual SIM and an AF camera. Great value and PNG owned, sure feels good. Drop into your nearest Telecom store or kiosk today to grab that pair-perfect phone deal.
For 50 years, the Bank of Papua New Guinea has stood at the heart of our nation's journey, safeguarding stability, growth, and progress. In 1975, Papua New Guinea became an independent nation. That same year, our own national currency was launched, a proud symbol of our identity. Today, as Kina and Toya also turn 50, we mark this milestone with a special commemorative coin and banknote, celebrating our Golden Jubilee. More than currency, they are symbols of our history, our identity, and the pride of our people. Celebrate 50 years of independence. Honor the past. Inspire the future. Own a piece of Papua New Guinea's history. Papua New Guinea at 50. Our past, our identity, our future.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Moving to overseas sports, the Western Bulldogs have claimed their first AFLW win since round 2 with a dominant 57 points victory over Collingwood at Whitten Oval.
Bulldogs veteran Ellie Blackburn kicked a career-best 4 goals in the 10 goals 565 to 1 goal to 8 victory. Earlier, Carlton defeated Fremantle by 9 points at Princes Park. Defending Premier North Melbourne downed Essendon by 30 points at Windy Hill, and Melbourne thrashed Gold Coast by 87 points.
Trukai Sports ends on that note. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Auntie, I'm Danis. What's a second tour? Me winning World Hip Hop Dance Championship. Now you winning one. Auntie, come to Goxi. You flower is there. You fit Laura. You think you passed it. Sparks. It's in me.
From the mountains to the seas to global markets, the National Fisheries Authority proudly celebrates 50 years of growth. We're advancing tuna domestication, aquaculture, coastal fisheries, and sustainable fisheries management. Through stakeholder consultations, policy reforms, and stronger surveillance, we're protecting PNG's marine wealth and shaping a sustainable future. National Fisheries Authority, sustaining our future, empowering our nation. Telecom is giving its customers nationwide a chance to win 100,000 kina worth of cash prizes. Every week, Telecom will be giving away 500 kina to 10 lucky winners. And our major cash prize of 50,000 kina will be shared to 4 lucky winners from PNG's 4 regions. Plus runner-up consolation prizes for 1,000 participants for data bonus prize. Get your entries to go into the draw to win big. Telecom, great value and PNG owned, sure feels good.
Join me every Thursday night as Sportscene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on Auckland.
Now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnobel and you're watching
all the younger ones should follow.
Sportscene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we know. There is more to what the future holds. You need holy man to walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy period with chances of some rain showers. Popondetta, partly cloudy to mostly fine periods with possible rain showers and thunderstorms. To the Momasa region, Lake City, partly cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. Vanimo, mostly fine periods with chances of some showers and possible thunderstorms. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, mostly fine periods. Buka, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, mostly cloudy with occasional rain showers and thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, mostly cloudy with heavy rain at times and thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
Well, that was the news, sports and weather for Saturday, the 27th of September 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing, be safe, bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.